Hi, welcome to Monday Mingle. I'm Holly and I write womantribune.com. And Monday Mingle, if you don't know anything about it, it was created by Jennifer over at 80 Mile Per Hour Mom. And every week on Sunday nights, she gives a list of questions that you can answer, and I saw that she updated her Twitter about Monday Mingle, and after checking it out and checking out her video as well as a few others, I figured I had to join in on the fun. And I just think it's a great idea, and it really gives you a chance to get to know the people behind the blogs that you're already reading. And so here I am. So this week's questions, the first one is, if you could live in any state in the U.S., which would you choose? Well, I've lived in Pennsylvania my entire life. It's okay, I guess. It's alright. But if I could live anywhere else, I think I would pick, well, California seems like it would be a lot of fun. In particular, West Hollywood, also known as Gay Town. And it was probably a few years ago, Jay Leno said on his show, and it was probably years back, but it always stuck in my head, and he said, everyone knows that West Hollywood is known as Gay Town, but it's also the cleanest place in California. So that would be a big perk, I guess. Other than that, maybe New York, but it would have to be the city, because it's known as the city that never sleeps. And I could get behind that, definitely, because I'm a night owl by nature. Like, come on, Monday's almost over, and it's 11 o'clock at night, and I woke up today at 8:30 at night, yes. Because, I don't know, ever since I can remember, I have just always loved the nighttime, like the stillness of it. I really don't like the daytime that much. I get a lot more done at night. Even if I've been up all day, I can just stay up all night. It's just in me. And I sit at my computer and get most of my work done at night, and I love it. And during the daytime, I just get groggy and just want to go to bed. So, definitely New York City. And you cannot beat being able to walk down the street and have a grocery store being open at, 4 o'clock in the morning when you are making coffee and you realize that you're out of milk. And you just run down to the store at 4 o'clock in the morning. So, I would love that. The second question, when you were little, what did you want to be when you grew up? Ever since I could first remember, I've always wanted to be a writer. I remember when I was in elementary school, I would write short stories and leave them around, like the living room and the kitchen, for people in my family to pick up and read. And then as soon as I realized that the papers have been moved, I'd go down and I'd be like, so what did you think? Is it good? Did you read it? Do you like it? And that it got worse through, as I got older, got a lot worse. And by the time I was in middle school, I was writing poems and prose and vignettes and short stories, and it never stopped. And then when I got into high school, I was in a creative writing class, and I was published in a book called 4 Years to Life by the students of the creative writing class of West Scranton High School. So that was pretty cool, having your name published in a book when I think I was in 10th and 11th grade. So that was pretty cool. And now I don't think I have done too bad. I'm a freelance writer, and of course I'm a blogger. So I get to write every day, and I love it, and that's what I do. Not too shabby. Third question, have you been to a high school reunion? If not, why? No, I have not, because I am young. And I would have graduated in 2005, but I didn't finish high school. I technically dropped out, and I don't know, school just wasn't for me. Maybe it was the school that I was at. I think that's it. I didn't like it at all, and I was bored, and I hated it. I'd wake up every morning and I just did not want to go. So then when I was 17 and 18, I got a little rebellious, and I stopped going. And the silver lining, though, to that story is that I did get my GED, and it was less than a year after I dropped out, which not a lot of people do, especially where I grew up. People would drop out of school, and then you'd meet them, 5, 10 years later, and they wouldn't have a GED, and I don't know, that just seemed really sad to me. So I got my GED, and I was very proud of myself as soon as I got it. As soon as I got the letter saying that I passed, and of course, what I was really proud of, I scored perfectly on the English portion. So that was pretty cool, and I called up everybody I knew. I picked up the phone, and I was telling people, I was like, oh, I got my GED papers, and it's great, and, now I technically have a high school diploma. Kind of. But it's better than nothing. So no, I have not been to a high school reunion, and because I didn't graduate, I will not be invited. But I wouldn't be interested anyway. Most of the people that I went to high school with, that I would even want to talk to again, already found me on Facebook. So I can talk to them, and as for the rest of the people, like, high school wasn't a great time for me, so I wouldn't really want to see those people again anyway. If you are not in my present, there's a reason that you didn't make it here. I probably don't want to talk to you again. Sorry to anybody who has found me online that I went to high school with. And yes, I'm probably directing those comments towards you. Sorry. Fourth question. How did your spouse propose to you? He hasn't. I'm not married yet. It has been talked about at length several times, and it'll happen when it happens. But right now, I'm very happy. I've been with my partner for 4 years. 4 years next month, so in a few days it'll be 4 years. And he's great, and I would definitely want to marry him. If you're watching this, hint, hint. But, it'll happen when it happens. And for right now, that's great. And last question, did you have any childhood nicknames? Not really. No, my name is Holly, so there's not a lot that you can really do with that, except for, people would call me Hollyberry, and that was alright, I guess. And, people would, as soon as they heard my name, they'd ask me if I was born around Christmas time, and I wasn't. I was born November 2nd. So no, I was actually named after the Holly carburetor by my father. Yeah. So, it's pretty cool, I guess. So, no, not really many childhood nicknames, although my second job when I was 18, I worked at Borders bookstore. And I know this is adulthood, but there's nicknames involved. So when I worked there, I was one of the younger people, well, one of the youngest on the staff. And even though I am younger, I have always had a much younger demeanor to myself. And of course, my voice, it's very young sounding. And so people even my age look at me as, being younger than them. So that's weird. So when I worked at Borders, I had 2 people that I was closest to on the staff who are great people. I still talk to one of them on Facebook. You could find anyone there. And I was called Munchkin and Peanut. So those are very 3-year-old nicknames, but it worked, and they stuck because, even the one who found me on Facebook, she still refers to me as Peanut. So that's about it. And that's all the questions for this week. So thank you to Jennifer over at 80 Mile Per Hour Mom for creating Monday Mingle. This was a lot of fun. I'm very new to vlogging, so this is a great way to get me, in particular, out of my comfort zone, because I always feel very weird recording myself, because I'm staring at a camera and it's not talking back. So it's very foreign to me. So I look forward to going and checking out all the other videos from today and whoever else recorded a Monday Mingle. And it's a great way to find other blogs and other people who I would have probably never have been introduced to anyway. So this is great. So thank you, and I hope to see you next week.